they want to, you tell them what they want, man. You know, I mean, I know what you want. You know, you want action, man. You know, the beauty about boxing is this ain't Hollywood, baby. This ain't Mr. and Mrs. Smith. You know, this is real firepower, just going at it, man. And we're just in an interesting era, you know, with everything that's going on with other promoters overseas, and then the big celebrity fights and Jake Paul, and you know, there's a lot of kids now, man. You know, everybody was saying different things about Jake Paul. I said, you know what he's doing though? He's still promoting boxing. You know, he's making a kid somewhere saying to himself, you know, I can be an influencer, I can be a fighter. Either you can be one or the other, or you want to be both. You know, and it is what it is. Once you get some type of status in life, you have some type of influence, you know. There's a lot of people though who impact their communities and have influences that they're not on your feed. Then when you scroll, they're not there, you know. So don't let nothing hold you back from really doing what you want to do and making an impact in the world the way that you want to make an impact in the world. For me, Keith Thurman, this has always been my dream, you know, to be here, to be in the bright lights, to be with you, you know. And really, man, ever since my coach passed away, man, I just wanted him to never tell a lie. And he told the world that I'll be champion of the world one day. So I just wanted to make his vision be a reality. And I've done that. And I just want to solidify my legacy by moving up in weight. It's that time. I'm 36 years old. I've always wondered, when is Thurman going to move up? Hold it down at 147. It was a great division. And it just seems right, man. The time is now to be at 54. And I have this opportunity to grab the world title against a tremendous world champion. It's not even like just, you know, sometimes you can sneak your way in and there's a little easy W, there's an easy belt out there. There's no easy belt out there right now. There's no easy belt, so this is going to be fun.
You faced off with him from two different angles. Did you see two different things when you faced off from the top and the bottom? How do you size him up? What do you see in his eyes?
Oh, yeah, better look at his eyes from above. You know what I'm saying? Better look at his eyes from above, you know. But we know Fundora, you know. We know his pedigree, and he's got grit, you know. That's why they say he's a towering inferno. You know, what I love about boxing, you know, is really what I love about psychology, right? You know, the doctor gives you that little blob of ink. Shit look like shit, don't look like nothing. What do you see? What do you see when you look at this, Timothy? You know, and depending on what you see, the psychiatrist gets to go into your brain a little bit. And I tell people, Gervonta Tank Davis isn't a tank for no reason. The Bronze Bomber was not the Bronze Bomber for no reason. When Pretty Boy Floyd and Money Mayweather Floyd, there's a psychology behind our nicknames, you know. For me, it's Keith Thurman, because I understand boxing, I understand power, I understand what it takes. It's that one time I hit you, or it's the one time that you hit me. One time is a double-edged sword. And I've known that since I've given myself this name. That one time is a double-edged sword. And they can come cheering for this guy, they can come cheering for that guy, but what goes viral? Anybody who gets knocked out, right? So there's like, dang, man, my boy got knocked out. But there's this little piece inside them that's satisfied for witnessing a knockout. It's just what we are. It's that griminess in our human nature, you know? It's the reason why the Coliseums were built back in the day, man. So, like I said, man, October 25th, you know, I'm ready to step right into the fire and give you guys a fight that you'll never forget.
Keith, you mentioned timber. How do you sharpen the axe or the chainsaw or whatever you're going to do to take down such a imposing figure? Like, what are some of the tools that you need?
You listen to grimy rap music for 8 weeks. Kill, 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 murder, 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 kill, kill, kill. No. So, you know, at the end of the day, though, man, you just got to prime yourself physically and mentally, you know. The way I look at the body when I'm getting myself ready for a fight, you know, you got strength, you got conditioning, you know. And the one thing about Fundora and his resume is we know that the tools that I'm going to be bringing into the ring, everything that I do is a question mark, right? I like to call it the Pillsbury Doughboy effect. Young bloods, y'all don't remember the commercials But everybody else out here, they remember the commercial. You poke Pillsbury, he go, woohoo, you know? And everything that I do, I'm looking for the woohoo. I'm looking for the reaction. How do you react? One time is not just about landing one big punch, but one big punch occurs when you make one mistake. One mistake is all it takes, you know? And I'm gonna sit there round after round after round. I'm gonna be grinding from the outside to the inside, from the outside to the inside, shifting, moving, grooving, till I can get what I've been looking for the whole night. I told you guys, I'm back on my motto. This is KOs for life. You know, I've done a lot. I've showcased my skills. I've showcased my talent. I gotta do what my grandfather always told me to do. You don't get paid for overtime, boy. So why don't you just go knock him out?
Mendoza knocked him out. I think Erickson Lubin had success. Did you watch
Dropped him, yep.
Did you watch those two fights? And what do you take from that?
I haven't gone back and watched them. I remember the happenings more prior, around the time of the happenings. So I will, in camp, go back and watch some of this. But yeah, you know, Lubin dropped him and he was able to survive. And, you know, the way I see it is, on a cellular level, he has a memory of what pain feels like. I've never been stopped in competition, from amateurs to pros. I've never been stopped in competition. He knows what it feels like to take a big punch, be down on a knee, and not be able to stand back up, you know? And so, for me, some of my confidence comes that I know he's going through PTSD, okay? All I gotta do is awaken it, right? The moment I get him, boom, you know? The moment I get him, every cell in his body is gonna say, warning, alert, alert, warning, heavy hitter, what do we do? What do we do? And, you know, I'm just looking to put him back in that panic room, baby, and finish him off, you know?
Okay,
I believe in my skills.
Question for Tony. How do you find
sit within
sparring?
the fire, though? How do you
I've
sit
actually got like
within
three
that fire
guys,
of the
6'4",
tower and
6'5",
turn
left hander.
Defense.
So we're gonna,
Defense,
we
ring
got that
IQ. He might be a Harvard graduate, but I dropped out of school at the age of 16 so that I can be in the gym with two, not one, two world champions at the same time, okay? I left my education so I can be educated in this. I've been a professor. I don't gotta read a book.
I don't think you graduated. I just think you got accepted in. It's a big difference. You didn't graduate, you got accepted.
No, he's accepted right now. He's enrolled right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying he's enrolled into college. He's furthering his education academically. I left my academic education so that I can further my education in the ring. That's why my ring IQ is so high, man. It's not a mistake. This doesn't happen. Knowledge doesn't fall and just into your lap. You know, you gotta strive. A man, you know, a man reapeth what a man soweth, man. I put in the hours, way over like 100,000 hours. Forget your 10,000 hours, baby, 100,000 hours.